Is $20,000 a month really achievable for beginners? Yes, and here's how. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact business plan that complete beginners are using to build real dropshipping income on eBay, step by step. And later, I'm going to show you the AI tool that finds winning products in just seconds. And here's the best part. No warehouse, no big budget, no guessing games. And the key takeaway is that when you combine AI, data, smart scaling, you can build a real system that can generate $20,000 per month. So what are the 7 steps to scale to 20K? Let's break them down, all right? First one is eBay account standards. So the must-have requirements to unlock higher sales volume and avoid painful account restrictions. Then you have supplier strategy, which is how to find reliable suppliers that make scaling actually possible and sustainable. Then you have Listing Gameplan, why eBay is a numbers game, and how to go from 5 listings a day to 50 without burning out. Also, AI product research. Discover how to use AI to find winning products in just a few clicks. It's a total time saver. Also, product optimization. Learn how to keep your best sellers on top by optimizing for search and conversions. Then marketing tricks. Finally, like how to drive even more traffic to your eBay listings and without spending a fortune. All right. So what is the first thing that you need to reach $20,000 a month? Well, you need a strong eBay account. And let's just be real here for 1 second. The fastest way to grow is by playing the high numbers game. The more quality items, the more exposure, which equals to more sales. But to list more products, you need higher selling limits. So how do you actually get those limits increased? Well, here's the exact path. All right, go to help and contact, and then you go contact us, then you choose account, and then seller performance overview. And then, my friends, you click here, click chat with our automated assistant. And then from there, ask to speak to a real agent or request a callback if you are in the US or Canada. A pro tip here is that phone calls work better than chat in most cases. Almost all cases, to be honest. Now, here's what gives you a higher chance of getting approved. If you have already made some sales, if you've been gradually adding products, if you have used your full limit before requesting more, and your customer service is solid. If you have done all of these things, your chances go way up. But if an agent says no, simple wait 2-5 minutes and try again, because different agents, different outcome. And one more tip from experience, set a reminder 30 days after each increase. And why is that? Well, because eBay allows one selling limit request every 30 days, and consistency pays off. And if you ask me to reach $20,000 monthly goal, well, you will need at least 40,000 product limits and $200,000 product revenue as your selling limit. Now, the next critical step is protecting it. And that means one thing: handle cases on time. And I'm talking about returns, item not received claims, and any buyer disputes. If you don't respond before deadline, well, eBay will step in, and guess what? They will automatically side with the buyer, close the case against you, and mark your account with a defect. And here's why that matters. Too many defects can drop your seller level to below standard, which leads to less exposure, lower ranking, and ultimately lost sales. So don't wait, make it a habit to check your cases daily, respond quickly, resolve those issues before eBay gets involved. This last part isn't required to make sales, but it can save you a lot of money as you scale. because it's all about choosing the right eBay store subscription plan based on how many listings you actually have. Most sellers don't think about this, but if you are regularly hitting your listing limit, eBay starts charging extra fees per list, and those costs can add up so fast. So instead, monitor your listing count. If you're close to the cap, it's usually more cost effective just to upgrade to the next plan. It's a small switch, but one that can boost your profit margins without touching your sales volume. And that's exactly what smart sellers do when they are scaling up, all right? Once your eBay store is set up, the next big move is choosing the right suppliers, okay? And there are two types that you will want to work with. So let's break it down. First, local suppliers, and these are your go-to for fast shipping, reliable quality, and daily sales at scale. Like, you won't get huge margins, maybe around 10% profit per item, but the high sales volume makes up for this, all right? And we're talking about suppliers like Amazon and Walmart. Both are beginner friendly, reliable, and offer free and fast shipping through their programs like Prime and Walmart Plus. And if you're selling on eBay US, stick with Amazon.com or Walmart.com. If you're in the UK, go with Amazon.co.uk. From my experience, Amazon is the better starting point. It's just easier to work with when you're new. And second is international suppliers. And these are for adding higher margin products to your store, often 30% profit or more per item. And here, AliExpress is your best option because you will get low-cost products shipped directly from Chinese suppliers, which lets you price higher on eBay while keeping your sourcing costs low. And since they ship worldwide, they are great for expanding your reach. So what's the right mix here? Well, I like to recommend the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your listings and sales should come from your local suppliers, like Amazon and Walmart. The remaining 20% can be from international suppliers like AliExpress. Okay? And why is that? Well, because that way you are building a business that's, both scalable and profitable with a mix of speed, volume, and margin. So now let's talk about how to list products strategically so you can actually reach that 20K month mark. And as a beginner with low selling limits, you probably started out by carefully picking a few products and uploading them one by one. That works for, at the beginning. But when your limits grow, it's time to step into the big leagues. And that means playing with the quantity game. So instead of, listing 5 products a day, you will need to ramp up to, start uploading tens or even hundreds of products daily. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how you can do that with one click later in this video. So stick around, all right? Here's the goal. You will need around 10,000 products listed, backed by solid data to consistently hit 20K month mark. You need proof? Well, let's check out this seller right here. So they have listed over 9,500 products and they are crushing it, $20,000 plus in monthly revenues by leveraging scale. But here's the catch. You can't just list 10,000 products overnight, correct? eBay wants to see gradual, healthy growth. So here is like a smarter ramp up plan. So in week number 1, you start with 20 new listings per day, all right? And then week number 2, you just bump it up to 40. And then in week 3, you increase to 60. In week 4 and beyond, aim for 200 listings a day. And as your catalog grows, make sure that you clean up what's not working. And if a product hasn't sold in over a month, well, delete it and replace with something better. That's how you stay efficient and maximize your visibility. Let's talk strategy here. For local suppliers like Amazon and Walmart, bulk uploading works great. You're aiming for quantity and consistency. But for international suppliers like AliExpress, it's a bit different. Since margins are higher, you will want to handpick those listings, not bulk uploads here, please. And one last critical tip is that you have to make sure to set the correct business policies for each product. So different suppliers equals different return policies, shipping terms, and handling times. If you mess that up, you will run into problems later. So in the next section, I'm going to show you exactly how to find the best products to bulk upload and how to automate the process with one click. So we have built the foundation. We've talked about suppliers, listings, but now we have reached the real engine that powers this entire 20K month strategy, and that is product research. And let me say that again, product research, because the truth is there is no way to manually handpick 10,000 products and grow at scale. You can't do that. And that's where AI comes in. And this changes everything, because with the right tools, you can now find, hundreds of trending low competition products in just a few clicks. So let me show you how it works using one of the most powerful tools inside Zik Analytics, the autopilot. And between you and me, it's my favorite tool in Zik Analytics. Okay, so step number 1 is to set up integration with your automation software. So first, you go to the item finder tool, okay? And then as long as you're not using Alibaba or CJ Dropshipping as your supplier, you will see a button, add to store. And then you click that, you will see all the integrated automation platforms. So let's just choose AutoDS for this example here, like this. And then you click next. And then yes, you have to log in into your AutoDS account, approve the connection. And then after that, you are done. So now you can send any product you find in Zik directly to AutoDS, either one by one or in bulk from saved folders. Then step number 2 is to use the autopilot to find high performing products. Yes, let's talk about the autopilot, man. Now, let's just go there. Let's go to autopilot. This is where the real magic happens. You just click here, start new scan, okay? And then you set your preferences. And here's how I do it, all right? I name the scan. I always include the date just to stay organized. And then I choose the supplier, which in this case is Amazon.com. And then on categories, I check all of them. But I check a few categories that aren't really great for drop shipping, like Amazon devices, Apple products, coins, handmade, and so on, okay? And then in terms of Amazon rating, I set a minimum of 3 stars because this filters out poor quality, and that's very important for us. In terms of eBay competition, I set a max of 12 to find trending products with low competition. And then Prime, yes, Prime only, for sure. You have to check that for faster and more reliable shipping. And then eBay sales, minimum of 2 sales in the last 7 days. Minimum price, $10, because just to ensure room for profit. And then in product count, just request 50% more than what you plan to list. And why is that? Because you have to take in consideration for, like Vero restrictions or monitor filters and so on, okay? And then after that, you click create scan. And then boom, look at that. Once you're ready, look at this. You will see dozens and dozens and sometimes hundreds of data-backed products, and you found them in what, like 2 minutes? Was it? Yeah, it was 2 minutes. And then from here, you can select the products you want. You can click upload selected and send them straight to your monitor's draft section, ready to publish, my friends. That's it. Or you can also download a CSV file and upload them to any automation platform you use. And just like that, you've got hundreds of listings per day without spending hours manually researching it. Now, pro tip for pricing, because these products here already have proven sales record on eBay, you can undercut competitors slightly, even by just like 30 cents, and take their sales. It's true. You don't have to lower like so much. 30 cents is already makes a difference. And that's how smart sellers win traffic without needing to lower possible price. So it's amazing. All right, so far we have focused on 80% of your store, the bulk of your listings, using local suppliers like Amazon and Walmart. Now, let's just shift to the other 20%, the high margin products that can bring in 30% or more per sale. And for this, we're going to use two specific tools inside Zik Analytics, both tailored for AliExpress dropshipping. Okay, so first, we're gonna set up the filters, okay? Go to quick settings and change the following. Shipping location, you place China. You see that? China, right? Source website, AliExpress, all right? Break even, 16%. This is to reflect your desired profit margin, right? And that's it. Now, Zik will show you results that match exactly what you need for AliExpress sourcing. So start by just heading to the training eBay product tools. You see that right here? This is your go-to section for quick wins, my friends. This is it right here. Every 24 hours, it updates with fresh training products that are already selling well on eBay. And here's what you're gonna do. You open a product, you evaluate if it's good, which means you have to look at sales, competition, and so on. And then you click, to find a supplier on AliExpress. And then after that, use the integration tool to send it directly to your automation tool. And this can, this can be a daily habit. It's fast, it's easy, and you always have new high margin items ready to go. And another way to find these gems from AliExpress is using the trending drop shippers right here. You see that? And why is that? Well, because of the settings we just apply, Zik will now show only drop shippers who are already sourcing from AliExpress. And here's the simple logic. If they are already selling well with these products, why not you, right? So pick a seller, scan through their listings, prioritize products with low competition and strong history, and then you can spot the competition in the column of the spy icon right there. Then you just click on the item finder, and then you source the same product from AliExpress and upload the product using the integration to your automation tool. All right, before we continue and I show you what to focus on when optimizing your product listings, if you're enjoying this video so far, I would really appreciate if you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to use the same dropshipping research tools that I'm using right here that I'm showing you in this video to find trending products for your own dropshipping store, you can try Zik Analytics for just $1 for the first week. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. All right. So now that you are steadily adding products to your eBay store, it's time to talk about product optimization, because let's be realistic, you and me, if you are uploading in bulk, you won't have time to optimize every single product, okay? So here's the rule. Focus only on the products that have sold at least 3 times in the last 30 days, because these are your winners, and optimizing them would help you keep your sales going, outperform the competition, and earn better ranking in eBay search. All right, so let's just break it down, right? The 3 key areas you need to optimize for eBay's algorithm to pay the most attention to are these 3 things here. The title, the product description, and your product images, okay? So these are the 3 main things you should keep in mind. And here's how to optimize each one of them effectively. So optimizing title, my friends, for maximum exposure, your title, it's one of the biggest factors on eBay algorithm called Cassini. This algorithm determines the exposure level that buyers will have to find your listing. So let's just look at a real example and optimize the title together. And as you can see, the title here is quite basic, and I would say it's not the best title that I have seen on eBay. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go to Zik Analytics title builder tool, and then I'm gonna type the base keyword. In this case, it's milk frothing picture. As you can see, this tool instantly gives me long tail and short tail keywords with useful data like search volume, competition, and sales. But here's the key. You don't need to completely rewrite a title that's already performing well. All you need to do is to improve it. For example, if the word espresso appears twice, in the current title, I'm going to remove one of them and I'm going to replace with a high ranking keyword like coffee, which brings more traffic. And that small change helps boost exposure without losing relevance. It's insane, right? The second thing is optimizing the product description. Yeah, I know. Writing product descriptions used to be a headache. Now it's so easy. You can do it in seconds using free tools like ChatGPT or DeepSeek. So just use this prompt right here as an example. I'm an eBay seller. Please rephrase this product description while keeping all the core details the same. All right, that's it. All I have to do later is to copy the title, the bullet points, and the product description from your supplier site, paste it in ChatGPT, and you will get a rephrased, unique version ready to use. And before publishing, just double check for accuracy. Okay, just make sure everything is there, and then after double checking, just copy and paste into your eBay listings. That's it, my friends. This is so important because this keeps your eBay store compliant, SEO friendly, and looking professional. And most importantly, it shows eBay that this product is different from the competition, and it may prioritize your listings over theirs. And then third point, which is optimizing the product images, correct? So don't underestimate the power of images. They are the first thing that the buyers see. Here are 3 quick ways to stand out. One is to use canva.com to add badges like fast shipping, US seller, or limited stock or something like this. The second option for image optimization is choose a better main image from the gallery. If most sellers are using the same one, well, just pick a more eye-catching alternative. Other pro tip from me to you to have unique and eye-catchy image is to scroll down to the customer review section on your suppliers page, and then you find a high-quality user uploaded photo, and then use that as your main image to create a real, authentic feel. Because this trick alone has helped sellers reach 50K plus per month, and it's one of the fastest ways to boost clicks and conversion rates without changing your price. It works, really. Do it. Let me know in the comment below. Be like, oh my God, Rogerio, you're a genius. Yes, because it works, man. This information I'm giving you for free is just, it's priceless, seriously. All right, so we have covered sourcing, listing, and optimization. Now, let's just wrap it all up with the final piece of the puzzle, marketing. This is what drives more traffic to your listings and turns that traffic into actual sales. And the best part is that eBay gives you powerful tools to do it, even if you are like a complete beginner. So let's go over 2 ways that matter the most, all right? Number 1, the promoted listings, all right? Rank higher, sell faster, all right? Think of promoted listings like, I don't know, like renting premium shelf space in a physical store, Like your product jumps to the top of the search results and buyers actually see it. And here's how it works. You only pay when someone clicks on your promoted listings and buys. That's right. So that means 0 wasted budget. It's just a pay-per-sale model. More visibility equals more chances to sell, which equals better ranking over time. All right. And here's how to set it up. Let's do this. You go to your eBay Seller Hub, okay? And then you click Listings. And then after clicking Listings, you select all filters, promoted listings eligible. And then you click, all right, select all, sell faster, then promote, and then you choose your campaign, and then you set your promotion rate. 3% for products you source from Amazon or Walmart is perfect, and 5% or more for products you source from AliExpress, mainly because of the higher profit margins, all right? And that's it. You are done in just a few seconds, and once you start using it, you will see, you will see how big of a difference it makes. It's really exciting. Let's talk about store promotions, all right? Which is, you get buyers to spend more. So if you have an eBay store subscription, Don't sleep on store promotions, please, because they are a smart way to increase cart value and improve conversion rates. You can create offers like buy one, get 5% off the second, or something like spend $100 and get 10% off your order, or even buy three, save more. You know what I mean? Like, just apply it to the right kind of products. Let me give you a better example. So let's say if you're selling kitchen water glass, chances are the buyers want to buy more than one, correct? And then you can offer 5% off the second. And now you've doubled or even tripled the order size. It's a small nudge that can, make a big impact. And guess what? It also works. It's perfect, man. All right, so let's just summarize a little bit. Promoter listings brings in traffic. Store promotions help you convert that traffic, and together they form a simple but powerful system to grow your store consistently and scale to that 20K per month mark and beyond. And this is how the top sellers do it. And now you can do it too. All right, my friends, that's a wrap. I hope this blueprint gave you a clear view of what really takes to scale dropshipping business on eBay. And this is honest. This is no fluffy. And now you know how to use data, automation, and bulk uploading to reach that 20K month goal. And the truth is, with the power of AI and tools like Zik Analytics, scaling on eBay has never been more achievable, even if you're starting out as a complete beginner. All right, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you next time.